It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got two beers from Nøgne, but I'm going to be doing them in two separate reviews. So the first beer that you're going to see today is Jetsam White Wine Quadrupel from Nøgne. It's a barrel-aged beer and it's 14% ABV. So this is Flotsam. I think it's Flotsam and Jetsam. I think that's the term. So this is Flotsam. So look out for this review if you haven't seen it in the future. That's the red wine version. But we're going to start off with the white wine version. Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. Here is a look at the bottle cap. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. 14% ABV. White wine barrel aged quadruple. Spin up that yeast, make sure we get everything, all of that lovely goodness into the bottom of the glass. From the bottom of the bottle, look at the yeast down the side of that bottle. Wow. That might have been me. I'm not sure if I stored the bottle on its side. I think I did. That might be my bad there. I like to get all of the yeast in the glass. It just adds to that spectrum of flavour that you can expect from this beer. But the more I talk, you can see the level of excitement is going up as I look at this beer. Look at the quality of this. It's a jet black beer in the glass. Look as I roll this beer back and forth. Look at the carbonation chasing that head up the glass. Look at this wonderful, wonderful liquid. Wow. 14% ABV. I'm going to be honest, I've had this beer about a year. I've had it about a year. But honestly, it's not going to matter 1 ounce. Being a 14% ABV beer, barrel aged already, 1 year of life in my beer fridge out in the conservatory is going to make no end of difference to this beer. It might even taste even better. Whoo, look at that. Wonderful, 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 wonderful looking beer. Let's get the aroma. Quite a bit of roasted malt. Loads of vanilla, loads of wood. And I'm going to say wine. I'm not a wine person. Never really been a wine person. My brother-in-law's a massive wine person. He loves his different wines, and he'll have his big long stem glasses and he'll do the same thing as I'm doing, but he'll do it with a wine, and he'll, you know, he knows that I'm not a fan of wine, so he'll pass the wine over to me and go, all he does is taste, all he does is drink it. It's a bit of a kind of a means to an end for him. He's not picking up any flavours. He's not picking up any kind of... He's just drinking the damn stuff. So when he gives it to me, I do the proper roll round, that I can talk about oak and wood and tannins. And he's like... And you can see his eyebrows going up, you know. He's like, oh, this guy knows what he's... And he does it to me all the time. And I can, oh, can you get the vanilla in there? And I taste it, and I talk about kind of raisins and red berries, and I'm blowing his mind. I'm blowing his mind by what I can pull out from his wine. But I can guarantee you, if I gave them this, because it's just a means to an end for him. He would go, no, and he'd pass it back to me. He won't even entertain it. He won't even entertain the idea of it. But I can pick up that there's a wine. It's like a licoricey, winey taste, aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers. That's just delightful. Absolutely delightful. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releases more of the flavour. It's really well rounded. chocolate, coffee, caramel, hints of chocolate, coffee, caramel coming through. Fig, plum, prunes, raisin, vanilla, wood. White wine. I mean, I think what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to come back and watch the other review. Look for Flotsam, the red wine barrel aged. I think that's going to give more of a wine taste. This white wine barrel, I think the white wine is slightly struggling to get past the slightly roasted malt that they put in here, the chocolate, the coffee, the caramel, the plum, the fig, the prune, the oakiness, the woodiness, the vanilla. There's so much going on that there's not really that much room for the white wine to shine. If anything, there's a little bit of a vinaigrette taste that's coming through from the white wine, but that's about it. The reason why I just went, oh, that was wonderful, is that I could feel the beer sliding down my throat into the pit of my stomach, and I could feel the warming sensation that this beer offers at 14% ABV. I mean, just look at it. Look at that. What a quality brew. In terms of Quadrupel, Quadrupel is a Belgian style ale. And this is quite far away from what I would call a Belgian Quadrupel. It's got a little bit too much roastiness coming through. I mean, you could probably, at a stretch, let me have one more taste before I open my big mouth. You could probably, at a stretch, call this a barrel-aged porter. And I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to go with that because I think it's too far away from being a Quadrupel. The roasted malt in here, the biscuiness, the chocolate, the caramel, the tobacco smoke flavours coming through. Chocolate, coffee, caramel. It's giving off much more of a porter than a Quadrupel. It's a funny one. But I mean, I certainly love it. I absolutely love this. There's no getting away from it. That is tremendous beer. Local water, malted barley, malted wheat, demerara sugar, hops and yeast. 14% ABV, 30 IBUs. That's a look at Jetsam, a white wine Quadrupel, barrel aged from Nøgne, 14% ABV. Hang on a minute. Oh, there you go. It's already focused for you. Gonna rate it. Norwegian craft beer at its absolute finest. I think I'm going to like it enough to give it, because it's more like a porter and not a Quadrupel, I'm going to take one mark away, but it's still a stonking 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.